Hey, so we wanted to update you easier. I have bits and pieces of random things that I've filmed over the last little bit, but none of them made sense by themselves. So we are currently sitting in our new residence in my mom and dad's driveway. The plan was to go to the property directly, but several things complicated that. First thing was closing was late, which let us have a little bit more time to get out, which was good because I woefully underestimated how long it was going to take down all of the things, and I definitely underestimated how much work it was going to be to take chickens from one place to the other place. But the main reason that we couldn't take our camper directly out there, we were planning to set it on the cul-de-sac and run cords to our temporary power pole and hook up our hose that we ran a hose to, only we couldn't get either of them.
Okay, so Bologna Water wants us to have proof of a positive perk test. And there was one done about 15 years ago when they divided up the lots, but we can't find proof of that. So our buddy Chris came and helped us dig holes, and then it began to rain for 40 days and 40 nights. And we have to wait on the new guy to come do another perk test. He is also going to be the one who designs our septic system. Bologna Water wants that proof before they can turn on our water, and then we can move forward with that. Then Entergy does not want to give us power until we have a permanent residence.
Right.
But we can't really easily build a permanent residence without power.
Which has been painfully obvious, just trying to build the chickens a permanent residence without power, going back and forth with cutting boards, and if your battery runs out of juice, you have to stop for the day. Lots of tedious things like that. Well, without a permanent structure, and without proof that you live there or are going to live there, and it couldn't be a structure like our camper with wheels, that wasn't permanent.
And the giant chicken coop that's 8 by 8 by 8 does not count.
Because I texted that guy this morning and asked him if it counted with a picture of the coop, and he said no. Apparently, we assumed, because there is a transformer box on our property, that there was power at the property. Apparently, when we called them, I put up a temporary power pole, and the lady said, just mount it, and they'll dig it out, and you'll be good to go. And so I mounted it, and then nothing, and then nothing. And then I had to call them, and one guy at closing time called a million people at Entergy to finally get us an answer that our situation had been turned over to engineering. 2 days later, I went out and met with engineering, and engineering says there is actually not a transformer in the big transformer box on our property. It's what they call a dummy transformer. So it looks like a transformer, but has no power. So we can't get power until we get water. And we can't get water until we get a positive perk test. And I guess technically we can't get power until we have septic and water. So all that.
We are slowly moving forward.
Yes.
We are doing the things. It just does not feel like progress yet. Because we're having to hurry up and call people to get things set up, but then wait on them to be able to do them.
Right. So we are very fortunate that we had a place to go that has power. We wired up to Dad's garage. It has water, even though it's a hose running clear across the yard. And we found a place to empty the septic, or the black water tank, into Dad's septic. So none of them are real easy, but they are all functional, and that is good. So that's where we are, and how we are here and not out there. Coming real soon, we have a guy that's coming to clear our lots. So that's going to be pretty cool, so stay tuned for that. And I'm hoping during this dry week that our perk test guy can come out and do that part, because then we can at least get water out there, which would be helpful to fill chicken waterers and things like that too. So and then we'll try and fudge it back with energy and see if the positive perk test. But you can't put septic in until you have a cleared space to put septic in, and a giant tank, and all the lines. Anyway, so about the time septic goes in, hopefully we'll be close to having our shop building built, and so I think once it starts cresting the hill, the momentum will, I feel like there'll be a lot of things that'll drop in a short period of time. Except for energy. They probably won't ever bring us the power, even after the house is built. So we may have to do solar and run on propane. I don't know. Yeah, we'll be unintentionally off the grid. So anyway, thanks for following and hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.